So if you guys see what I'm saying here, this sentence now is actually opening a door for you guys to get some marks here. So, and you have to seize the opportunity here. Again, see how I underline the key terms, and that's what you guys need to do. Now, I'm surprised that nobody else was able to say that this is a gas law question. It's really sad because we did gas laws. I think we did all three. So, all right. So this is gas laws. All right. So it has to do with gas laws, and then more specifically, it's Charles. No, if you say Charles, all right. Anybody can stay Charles law? Anybody know to stay Charles law?
Yes, sir.
Okay, dear Chanel. Sound very lively there. All right. Clearing the truth and everything. All right.
Sir, an increase in the temperature, sir, and the volume at a constant pressure.
Okay, that's 10 minutes as like what is happening. We're not telling me the law.
All right, so we need again. An increase in the temperature of gas at a constant pressure cause an increase in the volume.
All right. Yeah.
Better?
Yeah. And vice versa.
All right.
That's it. Because yeah.
Oh yes, sir. Yeah, vice versa.
Yeah, because if the temperature lower, then the volume will go lower too. So yeah, that's pretty much it, right? So yeah. And so stating it in an exam situation, because didn't they say gas law is coming this year? Thing it's on the list of topics there. All right. So yeah, actually, this is it, this is what they want. And so right here, they expect the students to know that this is Charles law. And we expect that the students will just write Charles law here. And
yes, sir, gas law is coming on.
Yeah, there you go. Volume proportional to temperature at constant temperature. Sorry, at constant pressure rather. So I noticed that actually stated the law, because the examiner knows what this the cosine mean. So, all right. So then that's Charles' law. All right. So then notice that they didn't ask you to state the law, but what you're doing here is you're setting up yourself to see, all right, this might be coming somewhere in the question, but let's work through. But we understand the question here. All right, the results now she obtained are shown. Oh, and she's interested in a student. Oh, so that is a female student. Okay, this is so sexist. All right, anyway, so we have temperature and we have volume, and we have 20 going up to 250, and we have volume from 49.1 to 87.0. All right, looking at this data, what do you notice? Do you see any trend happening with the temperature and the volume?
It's increasing.
Okay. It's increasing. All right.
When the temperature increases, the volume increases.
Oh, okay. Everybody heard that?
Yes, sir.
All right. So as the temperature is increasing, then the volume increases. All right. And I'm glad they put it that way, because I was just about to ask you, is it the volume that causes the temperature to increase, or is it the temperature that causes the volume to increase? So but then yeah, definitely it's the temperature that affects the volume here. All right. Now, as they're well aware to that, and those list of topics, so they have heat and temperature in it. So they could ask us to define temperature and so on. But all right, what I say here, I think this is why Amari would have said that this is a lab, which is a good observation here. With the aid of a diagram, describe a method that a student could have used to obtain her results. So okay, you need something that can measure temperature and something that can measure volume. No, using, I know what they're going to use. What are you going to use now? Did they give you anything? No, they give you a question. Then but what are you going to use to answer this though?
temperature and volume at the same time, so.
Okay, yeah, but just tell me what you use to measure the volume of a gas. Did they say it's a gas though? Fixed mass of gas, yeah, they did say it. So yeah, what do you use to measure the volume of a gas?
So it's like this thing. Thing.
Okay, I think I know. I think you know what you're hinting at. All right. Well, let me just say this though. I'm gonna show you this device, and you wanna tell me what it look like. All right, because this is major. You for this exam, go in there. You have to go in there knowing what instruments. As I say, they will ask a lab type question as well. This is where a lot of the use and knowledge questions come from. Everybody see anything looking like this before?
Okay, can injection too.
Yes, sir.
Right. This is the thing that right.
And a syringe.
It's a syringe, very good. So it's something similar to what the COVID vaccine is given to you with. At least when I think you give animals vaccine and things like this as well. But anyway, maybe if they had tried the vaccine,
When you pull in blood.
they pull in blood. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, pull in blood, this amount of blood. Oh yeah, freeze. Depends on him, man. That's true. Yeah. Anybody in here afraid of blood?
No.
Yes, sir.
Who say yes? Giovanni?
Yes, sir.
Oh, so you don't want to go in the medical field then?
Yes, sir.
So what's the career choice again?
Sir, have you ever been into a hospital, sir, and you have that sting and that
Wait,
scent?
may I hear from Giovanni first before. Yeah, what do you say? Giovanni.
I know into the criminology or something in econ. I want to be a real estate agent.
Not hearing your thought.
I want to do criminology.
Criminology.
Or
Criminology.
I want to be a real estate agent.
Okay, criminology. We know a lot of crime, a bloodshed, a lot of blood in crime now. Anyway.
Yes, sir, but I can't do like surgeries or like taking over anything.
Okay, interesting. Interesting. All right, to each your own. But guys, all right, just for point of information, January, you were saying something?
Sir, I said, I was adding to the point, sir, where I wouldn't really deal with blood. Like in the hospital, sir, you have that scent. Like, I don't know if you have that blood scent, sir. You can't smell blood now, but when too much, like, I don't know if you have ever been to a hospital, sir, you have that scent. Yeah, you smell that scent, I should say.
But is it blood? Blood can smell? Blood smell?
Well, a lot of it can.
Really? I've
Yes,
never
sir.
smelled a lot of blood. Well,
Yes, I smell blood already, sir.
It's interesting. Any of you smell blood before?
Yes, sir. It smell like iron.
Sir, only animal blood. Blood doesn't have a scent to me.
Yes, human blood have a smell. I'm telling you, sir.
From
say.
never mind.
Eh? Hold on a sec there. Yeah, all right. So with you guys saying all that, I'm learning. I've never really taken the time out to smell human blood. I know with goats and so on. You know, when you kill goat, the blood smell.
Generally, where the blood that you smell come from?
How should I know?
No, but you say hospital, you say still.
So you can actually smell your own blood, too, sir.
It's interesting. I'll keep my nose open to see if I smell blood.
Sir, I remember it was this year, sir. Like my foot got punctured by a glass bottle, sir, and a lot of blood spilled, sir. And I could actually smell it. Just remember.
Well, I said if your nose clean, man. Yeah, good.
Yes, sir.
Maybe it's not the blood. Maybe it's just the wound. Wounds have a scent, you know.
Wound.
Hey, no, it's your blood, sir.
I need to. I can't believe I didn't know these things. I'm gonna have to test these things out. I mean, certainly not going to cut myself or cut anybody, but still, I'm going to keep my nose open for the next time there's some bloodshed. Although most likely I might be trying to help the person rather than smelling what it smells like. But whoa, this is new.
So next time I get a cut, sir, you smell.
All right, as I say, I keep my nose open. All right. Anyway, guys, but for this experiment, and it's all right. So the gas syringe is used to measure the volume of a gas. So we put that over here. Temperature, of course, you remember that it's what? Everybody should know that it's a what device used to measure temperature again?
Monitor, sir.
Yeah. So that's it. Yeah. All right. This is the setup though that some schools would do for Charles Law. All right. I'm trying to get it centered. All right. Let me just let me use another sheet and expand it then and put it here. All right. So guys, everybody can see this clearly?
Yes, sir.
All right. So there you have it. This is actually the apparatus for Charles Law. You need a syringe to measure the gas. And based on what the question is saying, with the aid of a diagram. So how much marks is valid? Let's check the marks. 6 marks. All right. So you probably can draw the diagram. Because if you can just if you draw something to measure the volume and something to measure the temperature, you guaranteed at least a mark for that. So this is where the use of knowledge going to come in. This is use of knowledge question with the aid of a diagram. All right, you're drawing a diagram because why it's a use of knowledge is that okay, so you know what is it that you're going to use and you're going to actually use it to create a diagram. But then they will be looking for how it's set up as well, how it is connected. So yes, you know about the syringe and you know about the thermometer, but how will it be connected? You know, in the experiment. So you have a case like this. All right, in this one now, notice that they actually lowering the temperature of the gas. They're using ice to reduce the temperature of the gas in the syringe. And what's happening is that as more ice is added, the temperature gets lowered, and the gas in the syringe now decreases in volume. So that's another twist they could have here. If the temperature of a gas goes down, the volume goes down. So you can test it using ice. Also, you could do the opposite. You could also test it with heat. And then you get your result there. All right, but this is what they'll be looking for 6 marks. All right, so this would be in the use of knowledge category. Any questions here?
No, sir.
All right. So this simple activity is just saying that okay, so it's a use of knowledge. This is right. Use of knowledge question. All right, it's gonna be based on actually it's going to fall in 2 categories. Because that's another thing too. You see, question 1, why it's also important? It's well, I won't say it's the only question, but it's one of those questions where they actually some of the marks from this will be added to your SBA. All right. The reason why them set the question like this is that they're gonna say, all right, this student gets 20 out of 20 for them SBA. All right, let us see how they can do in this first question. We are going to set a question that asks them something about setting up a lab. You know, and so what will happen here is if you do poorly on this question and you have a 20 out of you know, a 20 out of 20 for SBA, and you can do nothing on this question after they mark your paper, what's gonna happen? People say them bring down a grade, but it's not bring down a grade. It's actually you lose marks that carry the A where you did have to a B. So when your results come out, you're gonna say like you know, like something like experimental skills B. When your teacher they show you say a A you get A's, the teacher give you A, but the first question they mess it up. So you age up to a B. So that's why the first question is so important. Didn't mention this in Saturday, but we're mentioning it now. That first question is so important. I mean, I can't emphasize how important it is. But it's one of the few questions where you're picking up all of the marks, use of knowledge, knowledge, and of course, yeah, use and experimental skills there. So all right, so this is where I go. And so this will be the answer for the question. With the aid of a diagram, describe a method. So them say describe a method. So all right, you get like a 4 or maybe 3 marks for this, describing the method. Where you seeing this now, just as I told you, easily, the first thing you can write is set up apparatus as shown. All right. And then as shown. You want to really go you don't want to go too hard here. 6 marks, but you don't want stressing yourself because it's coming almost like a plan and design lab too. Yeah, so set up an apparatus as shown in diagram. You do the smart thing here. So you use your energy to draw a diagram. And I mean, all right, fine. I don't expect you to draw this, but at least draw a retard stand and at least draw something that's measuring the volume of a gas. My setup would probably be different, but I mean, you could even simplify this. You just know say a syringe is there, and a syringe don't have to look fancy. A syringe can look something like this. CSEC know what it is as long as you label it, but this would be a syringe. All right, fine. And you said they said draw a diagram. They didn't say draw well, they said draw. I didn't say a label diagram. No, they say with the aid of a diagram, but they expect you to label it. So you label it. Bam. I'm just going to simply draw a syringe and a thermometer. That's the main part in the diagram. So I draw the thermometer here and I put something like a container. Of course, I'm going to label it. So, all right. This part here, not moving. All right, no problem. All right, and then we do something like this. All right, just saying for argument's sake, really, that you want to show them the basic stuff here. So this is your thermometer. Let's close the top, and this is the thermometer. Notice that they're not marking it for art. In fact, that's why the labeling is important. At least the diagram must look something like where you say it is. All right, and this is of course a gas syringe. So simple thing like this that you won't draw in an exam if they ask you to draw. And then it's a mark. All right, of course this is your retard stand, or you could say retard stand. And then of course, let's say you have a container here, which is not important really, but you just write it there. This is a block. And you simplify it. You're just showing them basically set up apparatus as shown above, and then you know we're going to know. So yeah, you're going. You can in this case they add ice to the bath, record the temperature, and read the volume. Yeah, and record the results. All right, so I'm saying we just a skim through thing really. Don't have to go too hard here, and they ask you to plot a graph. But just showing you that this is actually 6 and 9 is 15 marks just for doing this part and for plotting the graph. How important is that? That's very important. This is where you're picking up marks for use of knowledge and experimental skills. This now, doing well on this question will make sure you keep your SBA grade. That's important. Any grade you get for SBA, most likely is going to be an A. You keep that grade once you do the first question well. Any questions here?
No, sir.
Yeah. So that is it. As I say, I'm leaving it at this for tonight. All right. We might come back to it. The only reason I spend so much time on it, at the point I was trying to get to is how important is use of knowledge and how you can recognize use of knowledge questions and make the most of them. All right. This is our approach. And as I say, for the first question on the paper, use of knowledge and experimental skills usually come together. So it has to do, so you have to think about lab, you have to think practical in this question a lot of times. So that's the trick here. All right, so that's that. This was actually 2007 though. So again, but then since they said it went send gas laws, we don't know. They might just go into the question bank for this year's exam, suspecting that they might do that. So we have to be on the lookout for it. That's why for this exam now, it's like last year, like the more paper one you did work last year is the better you do at the exam. I'm thinking this year that the more paper two you work is the better you're going to do it this exam. So them send the paper two, but they will probably make it close to what is in the past papers. And so for those who use the COVID time and work past papers, they will benefit from this exam. And also you can get the advantages if one of these lab questions come back, because a lot of students didn't get exposed to labs. You'd find yourself with advantage there. All right, so you have to make the most of this exam, guys. All right, so you're going to basically hack this exam, hack it in such a way that, all right, I mean, I know that I'm not the best in the world, but I'm still going to get a grade 1. I'm just going to do a smart exam. That's the mindset you're going there. Or if you feel you're the best in the world, yeah, go and prove it. All the better. I would love for one of you to believe you're the best physics student in the world. And that belief could be very valuable to motivating you. But
sir, people when expected, sir, usually be the best.
Yeah, that's true. Because on this exam is who performed the best on the day. On the day. So you could be doing 100% all the while before that. In a class, for your hand first go up, you get 100 on all the test them. When you go to this exam morning, you do this exam, you have a bad exam. Those all of those 100 and so what you get before matter? No matter.
No,
it matters how you perform on the day. So, as we say, performing on the day is a mindset and a strategy, something we have to practice. As we say, 70% of the work comes from you doing your part. All right. I'm gonna say you doing your part. You're not gonna get a grade 1 when you wait on me or your other teacher who you might have to be sending you information. You find it and make me ask you where you get it from. Now, you see, once you can do that, the grade 1 is like it's a grade 1 waiting for you at CXC once you reach a stage. So that's what it was. All right, but and interesting as you mentioned that on the day when you perform, Deborah, you remember you and TMR talk?
No, I don't have a contact for her.
Oh, okay. But you remember TMR?
Yes.
And I remember Brianna.
Yeah, I have Brianna number.
Okay. All right. If you had to guess who would have gotten a grade 1 when they did the exam, who would you say?
I would expect it to be Brianna, but it
Okay.
wasn't.
So when I talk about it came down to on the day. All right. And I use that as a testimony, guys, to show that she would have probably been the top student in many subjects, and everybody
In every subject.
Yes. And everybody looking for her to get the grade 1 there for physics. But guess what? She did not get the grade 1 for physics. And somebody else did. Nobody expected. I mean, it was always likely, but it wasn't expected. So, people can get it. But from current family, I said, no, she not get it. You get a 2, but get a 1.
Sir, that's what overconfidence cause. Guys, I know like you're the top, sir. So say you don't need too much work, sir. Like if they say all things, sir, but you don't really need that much effort.
Yeah, but except that in this case, I don't think it was a case of overconfidence. It could be a lack of confidence, actually. But there are some people where them do enough, but they don't believe that they do enough. And that's another side to it as well. So people that yeah, you have people who are obsessed over getting good grades, and they're obsessed to the point where you know, maybe the exam, something happening in the exam, they don't execute as well. Maybe they're under too much pressure, maybe their brain tired. And yet they have students who no pressure on them. They just go in there and do the exam and they surprise you. Nobody really expect them to pass. People are say, you know, you're not put your weight, you're not doing nothing, and you know, you're gonna feel and all. Even that, they will say, but at the end of the day, student who not put that on them head, just go in there, do them exam and come out. After 10 times under less pressure, once you have a good exam, you'll get a good grade. And the key is that you don't want that extra pressure. So as we say, you have to know yourself. You know, you have to know yourself. You know, it's like a camp thing, you know. You have people all over the world in different camps, different training camps, different schools, and then every school have them little thing are going. So people at Hampton have them thing are going, people at DC have them thing are going, you know, people at Bishops have them thing are going. Their culture is different. So them teacher know probably huddle with them and tell them how to deal with the thing. Them have them plan. But our plan now is our plan. Our plan is not a plan where you can say another school can use the plan. They can only use the plan if they have the exact same students, which is not the case. So, you know, so that is it now. So this is why we have to stay together. Staying together means you put that effort into the group and you know, contact each other. All right. So 1 and 2 are contact each other. Or so probably afraid or I don't know, not really that not your thing. You say that's not your thing. But at the end of the day, whatever it is, as I keep saying, I said it before that you know, working together will only improve your grade. It will only improve your grade. I mean, yeah, all right, fine. So we're not saying to be best friends, but I mean, even if best friends our friends come out of the association, I mean, all the better. But at the end of the day, if you look at it this way, you're in the same exam room. If you're doing exam at IPass, and you just want to have the assurance of the person in the class with you that, I mean, they're wishing you all the best. That kind of helps. The psychology of the exam helps there. You know what I mean? I did CSEC, you know, I was doing it with people who I know. All right, fine. Not all the time they were my friends, but I know them well enough to say, well, if they must struggle, even though, all right. So I would even go out on a limb because I can tell you this though. I actually, a lot of my exams I did. In fact, 3 of those exams I did. I had to actually share my paper with other persons. I did like 3 exams in the time allotted for 1 exams. I mean, I have my friends who I know them from like kindergarten, and I say, well, all right, you not so sharp, you don't really have it like that. All right. And I mean, I tried. I mean, I know it's I could get caught and so on. I wasn't really thinking of that. I'm thinking of at the end of the day, you're bridging. The exam lasts a few hours, and then this bridging know where you help. You look on it down the line, say, you help him out, him owe you one. You never can tell when in life you're gonna need that one when him owe you. You know.
Yes, sir, those were the days.
Yeah. I'm not afraid to talk still.
No, sir.
Hmm?
I'll be a crazy people they vote nowadays.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that you have to look at it that way. The thing about it is you need each other. That environment where you do the exam, you have to make the most of it. It's like playing, like American attest to this though. Like you play basketball, Amari, you know what is like playing a match at home versus going to another school and playing a match. You know the feeling.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you feel better playing at school, right?
Yes, sir. Way better.
Yeah, so that's the same thing I talk about. You say exam are homegrown. Your homegrown, what make it homegrown is what? The support you get. The people you know. The person where you can talk to before the exam and get a hug or, you know, maybe, well, I guess it's Corona time, so maybe even bump the elbow together and just wish each other good luck or something. You know, things like that. You want that to be a part of it as well.
Sir, for the exam, is it going to be in the evening or morning?
Wait, the exam will be in the morning.
Okay.
It's gonna be a morning exam. So yeah. At least as far as I know, I don't know if the timetable changed for the new one. But maybe one of you who see could attest to that. I think I saw the timetable is actually in my email, but I didn't download it. But yeah, as we say, you need everything going to this exam. So as we say, one day at a time, guys. You have the questions now. You have enough questions in the group right now officially to get a grade 1 here, because see, this is marathon paper, you. That alone, the practice from that alone can propel you towards that grade, that grade 1. And all right, that's how it's going to work. All right, so I'm leaving it here for tonight, guys. And as we say, and come that exam day, we shall the best. I'm actually talking to you like the exam is tomorrow, which is the vibe that you need to have at every class. You know, that's the vibe, guys. All right, so anybody have any questions or any comments? Any concern? Okay. Kayla?
No, sir.
Oh,
Sir, the paper.
oh. All right. It sounds like you're breaking up there, Kayla. So maybe if you can text the if you can text in the chat. Benito, don't make it tonight. Probably doing some maths. All right. But that's something that you need to also remember. If you're doing more than one subject, guys, you have to balance that time. Balance that time. Thing about it is like maths and physics. You can, if you're doing math along with physics, you can share the time easily, because where you're going to realize that the part of your brain where you use do the maths, it's helpful in physics. So you can do those together. You can prepare. But then if you focus in on math and another, okay. Yeah, so Kayla is actually confirming that the paper 1 is in the afternoon, but paper 1 is in late July, I believe. So it's actually yeah, but paper 2 now would be first, and that one would be in the morning. Let's confirm that, because Kayla seems to have the timetable here. All right. So yeah, so I'm saying here, guys. So yeah, so that's it, guys. Let's see. Yeah, so January, when you're saying you're coming down?
The 15th, sir.
15, okay. So you mean 2-week quarantine going carry into the exam?
Quarantine.
Yeah, so you have to do
For
the
2
exam
weeks.
yeah.
Yeah. I think, is there my quarantine with 2 weeks, sir?
Yeah, man. You can't come out I pass the corona, get the bore and
Well, if I saw, sir, me still have enough time.
So what if you've already been quarantined?
well, but he is I mean being quarantined. I mean he all right, so
Like
he there you go.
like say him come like
Mhm.
say 4 weeks before the exam.
No, but he
You
will be
might
here, and if he would be here, and oh, you mean by that time at the
yeah.
exam? Oh, which is a good point. The chemistry exam is a few days before the physics one for paper 2. So you would, yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, so you might have to do the chemistry exam in quarantine, January.
Well, they never quarantine when come up here, so you have to do COVID test before you come up here.
And you did it, your own was negative, I presume.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, as I say, keep doing what you're doing so you don't catch it.
Just say you have to do it before you come back again.
Yeah, that's cool then.
At least I must go 3 or 2 days within something. If you do it after a 3-day period, then you have to go do it over our airport are in a valid.
Okay, that's a all right. So how the COVID test work? Them take blood from you?
No, sir, they just push something in your nose and spin it around.
That it come to? Anybody else ever do COVID test yet?
Yes, sir. It doesn't hurt.
Okay, Giovanni say okay, it's cool.
Can I make your head hurt to do, sir?
Sir, it just feels ticklish.
Ticklish, okay. Okay. Interesting. Where the test do you say? Airport, but then these tests are done at places where the virus is. How that work?
Sir, mine was done before I come up. I did it at the Hargreaves Hospital, sir.
Okay, so that's not so public then. All right.
But I'm talking, if your test is not valid, if you do it after the 3 days, sir, then you have to, then they're not going to count it valid. And if you're already at the airport, you're going to have to do it at the airport because you're not going to get it anywhere else.
Yeah, for real. All right.
Depends on which test, the PCR or the antigen.
Oh, okay, cool. That's what I mean. So at least no pricking of skin or anything like that then. So that's good to know. That's good to know.
PCR is much worse, sir. I heard they do it in both of your nose and your mouth, sir.
Look at that. Guys, are you hearing this torture that they have to go through for COVID testing?
No, I didn't go through that one. I did the antigen one, sir, but the PCR one, sir, it's a lot.
Yeah, but either way, who likes things going up their nose? That's an uncomfortable experience. You know?
And their throat, sir.
And their throat. Yeah, I don't like things going well, except for food.
And it's like $17,000 to do that one, sir.
Whoa, you them the money, there, man. Look at that, guys. Guys, best you stay indoors and wear your mask. You know, as much as possible. Although, boy, this is amazing. I'm hearing from you, January. You know, actually, you enlighten me. My darkness now.
Yes, sir. And some airport don't take antigens. You have to do the PCR, sir. And so kind of sort. And some airport don't use certain masks, sir. So you have to change out certain masks. But the one that I went on, the airport that I went on was JetBlue, sir. So they actually allowed like any mask and all those things.
Yo, come on, cheap. But I want cheap airline pay something, man. JetBlue cheap. What you call it? They have a lease protocol for like still. I mean,
I could say that, sir.
Yeah, because the American airline, that couldn't work with the American airline.
Well, I see people work on it because we were side to side with American. Yes, sir, we were side to side with American airline. I see people on it with the same masks, sir.
Okay. That's cool. Well, yeah, we recommend that the 3M mask is. Oh yeah, somebody. Okay, so you're asking for the updated timetable. Yeah, the 3M mask is recommended though. So it's a special type of mask. Don't know if anybody know of it. The 3M mask. It's a mask that you can breathe in comfortably. So it's the $100 mask for them a sell. Maybe it work. I don't know. I still think the virus can pass through those holes, but then you have the other masks that they could be cost a little bit more, but it's more effective. can breathe in through it and it look like it filter out something. So maybe. But anyway, let us follow this thing as time goes by, and hopefully we can stay healthy for exam. That's the plan. So that's it. Let's all right. Let's just keep in touch and as we say, work the papers them and send the answers them to me. And until Thursday, then enjoy yourselves.
Oh, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, quick question, sir. Sir, was I here when you were doing gas laws, sir?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but we did. Yeah. So, but you didn't do it at your school.
I think so. I would have to look. I would have to look through the notes now.
No, okay. By the way, you go face to face for school. Am I right?
Yes, sir. I went today.
Oh, okay. All right, school. All right, guys. So, see you guys on when is it? Thursday.
Yes, sir.
All right.